Hey fellow crypto enthusiast, welcome to today's quick trend analysis. Let's jump right into it. If we look at the hourly time frame for Ethereum, the price went up only slightly with around 0.8% in the last 24 hours, with a current price of 149. Looking at the hourly simple moving averages, at the moment, the price is between the 20 and the 200 SMA. If the price bounces off the 20 SMA, which is currently at 148, it could be seen as a support, and the 200 SMA that is at 150 could be perceived as a resistance to the upside. If there were to be a break either way, it means that there could be a continuous move in that direction. It's important to note that currently the price is below the 200 SMA, which is normally a strong resistance. A potential move upwards, however, could be signaled if it were to break upwards. However, the shorter time frames are not very accurate, and the bigger time intervals like the daily should also be considered for longer price development. By adding the close prices for a certain amount of candles and dividing it by the number of candles, we get the simple moving average. We usually calculate the different SMAs by taking the last 20, 50, 100 and 200 candles. It is possible to determine if there is an upward or downward trend by using the SMA lines. They can also show the resistance or the support levels. By crossing one of them, it could signify a trend in the corresponding direction. Looking at the hourly exponential moving averages, at the moment, the price is above the hourly ribbon, which can be perceived as bullish, and the ribbon could play as a support. This means that you should watch if the price could bounce off the ribbon. The current price to watch is around 148. Nevertheless, a trend change can be expected owing to the ribbon being compressed, which means that the trend is currently not very strong. Usually, when the price moves to the side, the ribbon is less reliable. The exponential moving average is calculated similarly to the simple moving average, but places a greater weight and significance on the most recent data points. This means that the EMA moves quicker to the current direction of the price and could signal faster a trend change. The ribbon we are showing is composed of 8 different EMAs that together show more accurate the current trend. Jumping to the hourly relative strength index, the current hourly RSI is at 58, so it doesn't show signs of overbought or oversold conditions at this point. On the lookout for divergences in the hourly timeframe, no divergence was found that could play a role for the future price at this timeframe, because the last one was long ago. Bearish, or negative divergence, and bullish, or positive divergence, are the two types of divergences. When the price is making a higher high, while at the same time the indicator is making a lower high, it's called a bearish divergence. This is an indicator that the buyers are exhausted and that you can expect a change in the trend. The same logic applies to the bullish divergence, where the price makes a lower low, but the indicator is making a higher low, signifying that the sellers are exhausted. Moving to the hourly stochastic RSI, both the %K and %D lines are in the higher region, which means that the price is getting overbought and soon a trend change or at least some kind of consolidation could be expected. Nevertheless, the K line has yet to cross the D line, so it's recommended that you wait and see if the trend does in fact go down. Looking at the hourly MACD, the MACD line is above the signal line, which shows that the current trend is on the upside. The MACD histogram shows that the momentum is currently strong and it could be expected the price to go further to the upside. Moving to the 3-hourly simple moving averages, at the moment, the price is between the 50 and the 200 SMA. If the price bounces off the 50 SMA, which is currently at 149, it could be seen as a support, and the 200 SMA that is at 163 could be perceived as a resistance to the upside. If there were to be a break either way, it means that there could be a continuous move in that direction. For longer price development, the daily time frames should be considered, as the shorter time frames are not as accurate. Moving to the 3-hourly exponential moving averages, we can see that the price is situated in the 3-hourly ribbon, so it is yet to be seen if the price can break the resistance currently at around 149. Nevertheless, a trend change can be expected owing to the ribbon being compressed, which means that the trend is currently not very strong. Usually, when the price moves to the side, the ribbon is less reliable. Moving to the 3-hourly relative strength index, the current 3-hourly RSI is at 53, so it doesn't show signs of overbought or oversold conditions at this point. The relative strength index is a momentum indicator that measures the internal strength of the price moves. The RSI is a bounded indicator and moves between 0 and 100. When the RSI is over 70, normally the price is considered overbought and you can expect a pullback or for the price to remain at least stable for some time. Accordingly, the price is deemed oversold, if the RSI is below 30. On the lookout for divergences in the 3-hourly timeframe. At this time, no divergence was found which could have an impact on the future price as the last divergence was far in the past. Moving to the 3-hourly stochastic RSI, both the %K and %D lines are in the higher region, which means that the price is getting overbought and soon a trend change or at least some kind of consolidation could be expected. However, the K line still hasn't crossed the D line, so you should wait to see if the trend will actually go down. Looking at the 3-hourly MACD, the MACD line is above the signal line, which shows that the current trend is on the upside. Looking at the MACD histogram, we can see that the momentum is strong at the moment and we can expect the price to continue growing or maybe at least remaining the same for some time. The moving average convergence divergence, or short MACD, uses two moving averages, usually the 12-period and the 26-period moving average subtracted from each other to create a single line, the MACD line. Another line is used as a signal line, which is usually the 9-period EMA. You should watch for crossing between these two lines for a trend change, respectively a trigger for buy and sell signals. There is also a histogram often to the MACD indicator, which shows the current strength of the trend. Looking at the daily simple moving averages, the current price is below all simple moving averages for this time interval, which looks bearish, and it is to watch if the closest SMA, the 20 SMA, will play as resistance or the price will break it to the upside above the current price of around 158. Jumping to the daily exponential moving averages, the price at the moment is situated below the daily ribbon, which is habitually bearish, and the ribbon can act as a resistance, so you should keep an eye on if the price will break it or bounce of it. The current price to watch is around 169. The resistance should be considered because the ribbon is more or less spread out. Moving to the Daily Relative Strength Index, the current daily RSI is at 38, so it doesn't show signs of overbought or oversold conditions at this point. The Relative Strength Index is a momentum indicator that measures the internal strength of the price moves. The RSI is a bounded indicator and moves between 0 and 100. Typically, when the RSI is above 70, the price is considered overbought and a pullback or consolidation could be expected. On the other hand, if the RSI is currently below 30, the price is assumed oversold. Looking for divergence in the daily timeframe, no divergence was found that could play a role for the future price at this timeframe, because the last one was long ago. Jumping to the daily stochastic RSI, there are no signs of the stochastic RSI being oversold or overbought at this time, but because the %K line is over the %D line, we can deduce that the trend is currently on the up. Jumping to the daily MACD, the MACD line is above the signal line, which shows that the current trend is on the upside. Looking at the MACD histogram, we can see that the momentum is strong at the moment and we can expect the price to continue growing or maybe at least remaining the same for some time. Thanks for watching, but you should know that trading with cryptocurrencies is very risky, and these videos are only an overview of what happens with the price and a pure technical analysis without considering the fundamentals. So you should read more and make your own investing decisions. See you.